Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of the Primetime Newscast, the English language on Canal International, and we begin with our top stories. Bamoun division of West region of Cameroon has clashes between Bamoun and Fika community left at least 4 people seriously injured to critically amid controversy over the Ngwon festival and concerns about more in this edition of Newscast. And for close to a week now, the Youpwe neighborhood in Douala has been experiencing a prolonged power outage, disrupting businesses, and a house network operators in Cameroon are facing escalating security threats, with recent incidents highlighting their vulnerability. Those are major stories. Details right ahead. Good evening once more and welcome to this edition of the Primetime Newscast in the English language on Canal International. And tension is high in Magba Noon division, west region of Cameroon, as clashes between Bamoun and Fika communities left at least 4 people seriously injured to critically amidst a controversy over the Ngwon festival and concerns about interculturality. Insights on the story with Saleh Sharifa.
A violent confrontation erupted in Magba on August 8 as Bamoun and Tikar communities clashed, resulting in several injuries and heightened tensions. The unrest began when the Public Security Commissioner announced the cancellation of the Ngwon festival. Allegedly on the instructions of the West Region Governor, the Bamoun community, feeling disrespected, erected barricades and refused to disperse, leading to a 40-minute standoff with security forces. As the situation escalated, a group from the Tikar chiefdom of Magba 2 opened fire on the Bamoun demonstrators, seriously injuring 4 people. The violence was eventually brought under control with the arrival of the additional security forces around 8 p.m. However, the incident highlights deep-seated tensions between ethnic groups in the region, with some refusing to participate in the Ngwon festival or recognize the Noon Department's authority. Despite King Nabil's calls for calm and appeasement, young Bamoun citizens were seen preparing to confront those they perceive as enemies of peace. The monarch's efforts to promote interculturality through the festival seem to have been undermined by the violence, raising concerns about the future of peaceful coexistence in the region.
And for close to a week now, the Youpwe neighborhood in Cameroon's economic hub Douala has been experiencing power outage, disrupting businesses and households in the area. Residents in this part of the city have called on the authorities to act quickly and address the problem. More with our student journalist on internship, Latu Cynthia.
Franz Mocho, a local business owner in the Youpwe neighborhood in Douala, is removing spoiled yogurt and drinks from her fridge. For close to a week now, the Youpwe neighborhood has been without electricity. Her sales have been affected since then. In the area have also been paralyzed since last Monday, August 5.
Les clients ne viennent plus, on ferme tôt, alors que d'habitude on a l'habitude de fermer à 22h.
I cannot do nothing. I do all the transaction with light, all the transaction. So I have the obligation to buy gas to generator, and it's not easy. I can buy 5,000 by days. It's too much. I cannot have benefits with that gas. It's very difficult.
Residents report that a heavy-duty truck traveling at high speed knocked down the electric pole that was supplying electricity to this area. Households in the neighborhood are also affected by the blackout.
Younger brother and my younger sister, they cannot sleep under dark and heat because it gives them heat rash.
The population is calling for intervention from relevant authorities to restore power to the neighborhood. The blackout has had a significant impact on local businesses and the daily lives of residents.
And mobile network operators in Cameroon are facing escalating security threats, with recent incidents highlighting their vulnerability in Cameroon's economic hub, Douala. A tragic assault has resulted in the death of one of them around the Bonamusadi area here in Douala, and they are calling on the authorities to act quickly and address the problem. More in the following story. In the bustling streets and neighborhoods of Douala, mobile network operators are increasingly becoming targets for criminals. Their close association with cash transactions makes them prime targets for thieves. Recent developments underscores the urgent need for improved security measures.
There is no specific time for attacks. If it's you they want to attack, the thieves will make sure they rob you of your property. Even during the day, they could attack with blades and knives, and when they are 5, passengers will all run.
A recent incident has brought these concerns into sharp focus. Carol, a manager at a multi-transport point in Bonamusadi, was fatally stabbed after closing her business for the day. The attack occurred around 10 p.m., highlighting the significant risk faced by these operators.
That's how they were attacked.
Despite the growing presence of mobile transaction points in Douala, security around these establishments remains largely inadequate. Factors such as location of the kiosk, its closing hours, and the surrounding neighborhoods can sometimes mitigate the risk, but they are often not enough.
I have someone like a brother who I call to take me home when I have a lot of money on me. Sometimes I am forced to transfer the money to another phone so that even if they attack me, they won't find anything.
In response to the increasing threat, mobile network operators have begun adopting various strategies to protect themselves from criminals. These measures include heightened vigilance, improved security protocols, and enhanced coordination with local law enforcement.
To attack you. At our personal level, we have taken a lot of personal precautions, and we trust in God.
The situation remains critical as operators continue to navigate the dangers associated with their roles, underscoring the need for a comprehensive approach to safeguarding their safety and security. And information, communication, and accompaniment to better enjoy their rights as citizens, just like other Cameroonians. Points are raised from their different species on the occasion of the 30th edition of the International Day of Indigenous People, Beaches Gamo.
Show of their particularities and specificities as forest and savanna people, indigenous people of Cameroon. lifestyles that bonds with nature, what they carry around, leaves, tree barks, trunks, and others.
Their lives. So in that sense, they need assistance and all of the sector to help them to be on the same level of the rest of Cameroon.
The focus this 2024 is ensuring there is an improvement in their lifestyles as citizens like the others, providing access to social basic services, opportunity to participate in the political life of the country, especially with upcoming elections. This goes with they having the necessary official papers, birth certificate, national identity card, and education.
So we want to make sure that they can use it to be the real elite.
A committee has been put in place to facilitate ongoing process that is advancing.
They all agree that even if we still have a lot to do, many has been done so far.
Cameroon this August 9 joins the rest of the world to celebrate the 30th edition of Indigenous People on the theme Access to Citizenship, a fundamental rights for Indigenous peoples.
Educational setting for their children, a debate between public and private schools stirs strong opinions driven by factors like tuition fees, safety measures, and educational quality. More in the following story. With the school year approaching, parents are increasingly focused on finding the ideal setting for their children's education. The decision is fraught with considerations from the costs of tuition and security measures to the quality of teaching and infrastructure.
I think government schools remain the best. 2 meters to 300 meters away from my home.
Peut-être à 250-300 de chez moi.
In Cameroon, the divide between public and private schools is pronounced. Public institutions are often praised for their inclusivity and affordability, while private schools are recognized for their specialized programs and advanced facilities. Each option presents its own set of advantages and challenges, leading to a spectrum of parental preferences.
Lessons are sometimes sent through phones, which is a huge distraction. 7 and closes at 11. The school program is not covered.
The motivations behind choosing a particular school are diverse. Parents frequently evaluate the quality of teaching staff, the condition of school facility, and the overall safety provided by the institution. These aspects are crucial in ensuring that their children receive both.
She does what she wants.
Même les professeurs.
Le secteur public est très moins cher par rapport au secteur privé. Le secteur privé, chacun donne le taux qu'il veut. Il ne respecte aucun taux.
As the start of the school year draws near, the bustling activity in bookstores and markets reflects the urgency felt by families preparing for the new academic term. These periods of heightened anticipation underscores the significant role that parental expectations play in shaping the educational landscape. Of secondary or basic education rather setting up prospects for the 2024-2025 academic year issues under discussion at the 2-day Yaoundé. More in the full story, read our reporter Beatrice Ngamo.
The situation of teachers, the unfolding of examinations, prospects for the new academic year, and impacts of insecurity, issues stakeholders in the basic education sectors are discussing in Yaoundé.
Make us re-evaluate the situation and ensure that many more schools are reopened come 2024-2025 start of the academic year.
On the effects of presence of teachers in classrooms, Basic Education Minister said they are in permanent dialogue with the teachers' trade union school activities because the dialogue is effective. The teachers' trade union sees this through the consultation of central and devolved services as opportunity to discuss the about 12 years cry that to organize the National Education Forum aimed to revise the education system. Parents, all the parties, can together see what can be done to improve the quality of education in Cameroon. Laurent Serge Tundungoa congratulated the performance of last academic year, which is better than the year before. This as they examine the challenges faced along the line for a good school year that will begin next September 9th, 2024, all across the country.
And August 8 marks the culmination of Tete Combo celebration of 3-day national and administrative authority heroes who sacrificed their lives.
As the sacred cauldron made its way to the mausoleum of Rudolph Douala Mangabel, accompanied by songs and drums, the atmosphere was electric. The ritual, steeped in tradition, revived the 110-year-old story of men who died for the cause of the nation. Their names etched in the minds of the people served as beacon for patriotism and resistance. On this Sabbath day, August 8, 1914, Douala Mangabel and his secretary Adolphe Ngosoding were hanged by the German colonial powers. The grayness of the Thursday matched the mood as administrative and traditional authorities gathered under the rain to commune with the past.
We are celebrating German administration in 1914. It is important for us because we done in the other regions of Cameroon.
Example of someone who stood up against the German power at that time. The sons and daughters involved in the recognition of heroes of the resistance were honored during the ceremony. The Teke Combo celebration, which include arts, exhibition and roundtables, served as a funeral meeting that brings Cameroon's history back to life. Heroes and the importance of preserving their nation's history.
The International, thanks so much for watching. Good night.